The median home in Fridley is sitting around 250 grand. Most families here have less than 3 months of savings in the bank. So if the person bringing in that $60,000 paycheck disappears tomorrow, what happens to the mortgage? What happens to the kids? What happens to the funeral bill that's about to hit 8 to 12 grand? That's not doom and gloom. That's just the math. And there's a straightforward solution. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what life insurance actually costs in Minnesota, why Fridley families need it, and why most people are buying way too little of it. If you're making $60,000 a year right now and you've got 20 years of work left, your family is counting on $1.2 million in future earnings. That money has to come from somewhere if you're not here to earn it. That's what life insurance does. It replaces that income stream so your spouse isn't forced to sell the house or pull your kids out of school. Here's the part that surprises people every single week in my agency. A healthy 35-year-old in Fridley can lock in a $500,000 20-year term policy for less than 30 bucks a month. That's cheaper than most people's streaming subscriptions. For a 30-year term, you're looking at maybe $40 to $50 depending on your health. That's real coverage for real money. You've got options. Term life is what most people need. It covers you for a set number of years and it's cheap. Whole life costs more, but it never expires and builds cash value. Universal life sits in the middle and lets you adjust your coverage as your life changes. For a young family here in the Twin Cities with a mortgage and kids, term is usually the starting point. The number one thing I see people get wrong is buying way too little coverage or buying it way too late. I had a client walk in here last year, 48 years old, wanting a policy for the first time. By then, his premiums were triple what they would have been 10 years earlier, and he only qualified for 250,000 because of some health stuff. At that point, he's got a house that costs 250 grand, kids in college, and a policy that doesn't cover anything. Get it done now while you're young and healthy. The cost difference is enormous. Call us right now at 763-733-7475. We're licensed in Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, Ohio, Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, and Arizona. We can get you a quote in about 3 minutes. No games, no follow-up calls you don't want, or use the link in the description.